Hi, my name is Cadet Technical Sergeant Saanvi and I'll be using Cadet Second Lieutenant Jenna Duong as my mannequin to teach you guys about Uniform 101. So I'll start by going from head to toe. So first, flight cap. Your flight cap should be around 2 fingers from the top of your eyebrows, and if you're an officer, you're going to have an insignia that should be centered top and bottom, and it should be around an inch from the front of your flight cap. For females, when you wear the flight cap, it should be slightly open. For males, it's going to be like closed because the shape is different. Oop. Okay, and then can you about face? So for hair, for female hair, you're either going to have your hair in a bun, braid, or ponytail like Jenna. If your hair is in a ponytail, make sure, or braid, make sure that it does not go below the armpits. And if your hair is in a bun, make sure that it doesn't go past the collar edge right here. You can about face. For hair, make sure that you have pins or any like hair ties that are the same color as your hair. Okay, now ranks. So Jenna is an officer, so she has shoulder tabs. These shoulder tabs go on the like epaulette thingies on the sides. If you're enlisted like me, you're going to have rank insignias right here. They should be aligned to the little inner seam. It's kind of hard to see on video. And then, so main things for the shirt, make sure that your top button is not buttoned like mine and Jenna's. That's only for special occasions where you wear a tie or a tie tab. Also make sure that you wear a white undershirt because the shirt is slightly see-through, so that's going to cover everything up. And for your awards in Decor, for badges, name tags, or ribbons, make sure that you have cardboard behind it so that your ribbons don't sag, okay? Also, so for badges, you can follow reg that's listed in the cadet handbook, but make sure that it's on the respective side and that they're half an inch above the name tag or the ribbons, and any other badges that go on top of those badges will be spaced out half an inch. For name tags, for females, it's going to be between these first two buttons. Center it and make sure, center along the seam and make sure it's right between the two. So after you center your name tag, you can start aligning your ribbons. The lowest ribbon rack should be aligned to the name tag, and ribbon racks will be on the opposite side, also centered to this seam right here. After that, you just stack ribbon racks on top, respectively. Make sure for awards like cords, make sure, so there's two types. There's going to be pin cords, there's going to be button loop cords. So this saber cord is a button loop cord. It's hard to see, but it gets looped around the button on this epaulette and you button the epaulette. For my cord, it's a pin cord, so make sure when you pin it, it's near the seam right here. Can you face this way? So Jenna has a nice tab right here. So this tab is going to be centered to the crease and ironed on. There's, you can turn back. There's other tabs that are pins, so make sure that when you pin it, it's nice and centered. Okay, so after shirt, basic thing, just make sure that your shirt is very nicely ironed and there's no wrinkles. Of course, you're going to be wearing windbreakers and stuff, so that's going to wrinkle it, but try to keep the wrinkles as minimal as possible. So now, belts. So both male and females have different belts. Well, they have the same belt, but it's aligned differently. So for females, like Jenna's wearing hers, it's going to be aligned to the right, and this little silver tab is going to be facing your right. So the gig line is going to be with the shirt, and then there's going to be the belt, and then the pant zipper or like the skirt doesn't really have a seam in the front. But yeah, make sure that when you wear your belt, it's nice and polished so that there's no smudges or anything. For males, it's going to be the exact opposite of the females. Their buckle is going to be aligned to the left side. I'm gonna go kind of out of reg. It's going to be like this, and the tab is going to be facing the other side. Okay, so now I'm going to move on down. Oh, and when you put in your belt, make sure that goes through all the loops because that's common sense. So moving on to the skirt or pants. So first I'll start with skirt. The skirt should be it should be at the top of the knee or below the knee. It should not go past that. When you wear this skirt, can you turn around? So there's going to be this slit in the back, and there's going to be the buttons on the back. So make sure that they go in the respective directions. You can about face. For female pants, it's pretty straightforward. Make sure that they sit on your hips, and when you wear pants, it should be around 7/8 of an inch longer in the back than they are in the front. So they should be resting on the top of your shoe, and in the front, there should be a slight break around here. For male pants, there are buttons in the back that need to be buttoned, so make sure that you do that. And then I'll go over skirt regs since Jen is wearing a skirt right now. So for skirts, you can wear these like tights or like boisery, that. Make sure, so you can wear that. You can't wear like regular tights, and no socks with skirt because that's just ugly. So yeah, no socks with skirt, but you can wear no hosiery, or you can wear hosiery, and if you are wearing shoes, then you must wear hosiery. Yeah. Um, okay, shoes. Okay, so with skirt, you can wear, upperclassmen have the option to wear flats. Make sure that your flats are not like those triangle tip, and make sure that they are black or shiny black, and they have no ornamentation like buckles, ribbons, or anything like that. If you're wearing shoes like mine, they must be neatly shined on all sides, so in the front, back, and on the sides. And when you have your laces, you should have them, I think it's left over, right? They should be laced the same on both ways, and make sure that the bow or the knot you make is tucked in. So yeah, otherwise it's going to be kind of silly. So I'll be talking about creases for skirts, pants, and the shirt. So basic creases for the shirt, you can turn to the side. So for the shirt, there's going to be a crease that runs right along the center of the sleeve. This crease should already be there on your shirt. You just have to iron on top of it. And make sure that this patch, you iron on top of it. So it should be slightly creased like mine. You can turn back. So yeah, you should have creases on the side of your shirt. For pants, you're going to have two creases on each pant leg. There's going to be one going straight down. There's one going to be straight back. Make sure that you don't iron on top of your butt because that's make sure you don't iron the creases on top of your butt because that's silly. So the creases should start around like here, like mid-thigh. For skirts, make sure that there's no creases on it if you do like a 360. So when you iron it, make sure that there's no no creases. Yippee.